Okay, let's talk about the book some more. I think this is part 8. I don't have my computer up, but I'm pretty sure it is. If it's not, you'll know, or you know probably better than me. Oh, that's a little crooked. Let's fix that. Okay, so the book. Let's talk about writing the goddamn book. I started writing in the summer of 2002. Basically, I'd had a fight with Kelly, my lady friend, and during the fight, I just happened to notice we were fighting in the living room, and the fireplace was right there. I just happened to notice all of the fireplace tools, you know, the poker, the big claw thing that you grab the logs with, a lot of weapons there, and the, you know, that I realized as this little short chubby gal is like screaming in my face, man, dude, all I got to do is reach over there with my right or left hand, grab that fire poker, and this could all be over. I could end this right now. I'd never have to hear that screaming face again. Well, I think that led to look at this, man. The sycamore's pretty healthy, but it drops leaves all the time. Still love it. I still love the tree though. When my home on South Alder Street in Philly had beautiful sycamore trees, so I love this sycamore tree. Part of the house that my lady friend just sold. So the house I'm sitting in the backyard right now. Yeah, I love the house, my spiritual home, blah blah blah. You've heard all this shit already. So the goddamn book. I started writing in the summer of 2002. I moved out. Within a couple minutes of moving out, a dear friend who wants to remain anonymous, I was already scheduled to have dinner with her. I have dinner with her, and while I'm having dinner, you know, her heart kind of telegraphs, you know, I don't think you're crazy, or if you are crazy, I'm not afraid of you. It's a good kind of crazy. And so we kissed, and we had been friends, platonic friends, for decades. We kissed, and boy, that kiss, there's something behind that kiss. So, you know, made a date for the next night, and it's all in the book, the details. Make a long story short, man, when you have a platonic friend who's secretly been in love with you for decades, and you, of course, have had a nut for her since the moment you met her, that's a hell of a first fuck, man. So, anyhow, so she helped me with the book. Annie Anonymous is what we're calling it. And she helped me with the book. She loved reading my stuff. So 2002, 2003, I probably wrote maybe half of the book over a series of months, maybe 6 months. I wrote like half the book. Well, you know, this dear friend's daughters, you know, were feeding on her every day, screaming, "I hate that guy!" They hated that guy because that guy, me, was trying to tell this dear woman, you know, don't let your children kill you, you know. Fucking shut them down. Make them stop this fucking bullshit. You know, I'm Italian. The kids don't eat their parents in Italian families. If the kids get out of hand, you know, the Italians just put a beat down on them. If that doesn't work, they put a bigger beat down on them. If that doesn't work, they give them to somebody else and let them raise the little cocksuckers. So, you know, that's where I'm coming from. You know, if you won't let me beat these fucking bitches, at least tell them to shut the fuck up. Well, anyhow, my dear friend's solution was, you know, to box up my stuff and ask me to leave. No problem. Of course, she had boxed my stuff up. I was coming over Friday evening. She thought I was going to still stay and fuck her all weekend. No, I put, you know, she said, "I hope you don't mind, I boxed your stuff up." I said, I don't mind at all. I took the stuff, I put it in my car, I came in to kiss her goodbye. She said, "Where are you going?" I said, I don't know where I'm going, but if you think you're going to throw me out and I'm going to stay and fuck you all weekend, you're out of your fucking mind. Tell your daughters I said, bye-bye, you fucking cunt. So yeah, we ended it kind of badly, I guess you could say. A month later, we became wonderful fuck buddies, but for that month, man, I just turned her off, cut her off, turned my heart off to her. Fuck you. So just kind of stopped writing. It's funny how that works, you know. You're writing, you get it out from under the woman that's been feeding on you for years. You get out from under her, you give her your house. You start banging this platonic friend for decades, and she's a fucking sex maniac, man. I mean, really hot. A lot of fun stuff, man. A lot of turned her on to a lot of stuff she had never tried before. Yeah, Kathleen, that stuff that Kathleen taught me, you know, about the up the ass. Started with the thumb, started with my tongue, then the thumb, then the big boy in there. She freaked out, man. She loved it. Became a little ass freak. Anyway, every time we'd get together for fuck buddy sessions, she would insist I fuck up the ass. Really strong orgasms with my dick up her ass too, man. So anyhow, I stopped writing the book. Then, I don't know, about 3 years later, so I did a bunch of horrible shit. Substitute taught, man, you want to fucking die? You get into public school. And I'm in Montgomery County, one of the best systems in the country. These little fucking cocksuckers, these little fucking attention deficit disorder motherfuckers. It's entertainment. It's entertainment. You're up there for 45 minutes entertaining them so they don't get bored. You know what's boring? What's boring is when the Chinese take over your country. That's boring. Calculus is not boring. Being owned by the Chinese, that's going to be boring. Having to speak Mandarin so you can get a car loan or a mortgage, we'll see how bored you little fuckers are going to be then. You're going to be real bored. Mandarin, very hard language. I don't think I can learn it. Hopefully I'll die before they take over. But you little fuckers, yeah, you're screwed, buddy. You're screwed. Oh, you want to know how that's happening? Those Republicans, you don't care about politics. You better start caring about politics. That fucking idiot from the book of Moron, Mitt Romney. You let that cocksucker get elected, you fucking idiots. You'll see how politics doesn't matter. You're too young. You don't remember that brain-dead fucking idiot, Ronnie Reagan. Well, there you go again, Jimmy. That fucking idiot. He never ran the country. The corporations ran the country. The banks ran the country when he was president. He was brain dead when he took office. They said he developed Alzheimer's a couple of minutes after he left office. He had Alzheimer's the whole time he was in the White House. And the corporations and Ed Meese ran the country. Google it, sweetie. I know you don't know anything about this. He's talking about politics. Well, I thought he was going to talk about writing the book. I'm sorry. Politics is kind of important. Even with an all-volunteer army, politics is kind of important. 2005, again, I think spring, summer, I started writing, went down to Ocean City, hung out there, met a great guy, Ryan Bass, manager at a local brand new restaurant, Castaways, fantastic restaurant. The owner was the son of the guy that owned the chain of dough roller restaurants. The local Ocean City joke was rolling in dough, because these places served you pancakes for $10, man. Go to the grocery store, see how much it costs to buy a box of pancake mix. You sell me pancakes for $10. Maybe the pancakes cost about a nickel. Maybe the sausage or bacon. You're on the Eastern Shore, so maybe you pay a farmer what, $10 for a 100-pound pig. Make what? 100 pounds of bacon, so that bacon costs about $1 maybe. 50 cents. So now we're up to what, $1.10? Maybe you pay the chef, $10 an hour. It's the Eastern Shore, man. There's no fucking jobs. So $10 an hour, you can cook what, 1,000 pancakes an hour. So those pancakes you're selling me for $10. Oh, and the rent costs $1.50. So that $10 pancakes, that's about $8 of profit by my reckoning. So the dough roller guy, he was making a little bit of money. So his idiot son, he sets him up in this restaurant. He ran it into the ground. It's not Castaways anymore. It's right off of that Route 90 that comes into Ocean City, in the middle of Ocean City. It's right north of there. You can see it still from Route 90. It's a different name now. Totally different place. Anyhow, I worked. I lived at our condo in Ocean City for, I don't know, maybe 6 weeks, and basically I wrote 85% of the book. Something like that. I finished the book. So I came back to Washington. I met my Valerie, my soulmate, through Match.com, which I got a $35 free membership. It was free for only $35. It's free unless you want to use it. It costs $35. But you can sign up for free. Only took me 2 hours. But after you sign up for free, oh, you want to do something? Like see a profile or contact one of these women? Oh, that's $35 a month. So anyhow, I coughed up the $35, Met Valley. So, I worked on the book probably from early summer till, I don't know, December, January, so what's that? I was already into the book about 6 months in 2002, or maybe, 6 months. Now I wrote again in about another 6, 7 months. So now I'm into the book about a year and a quarter. And, I was living good. I started doing editing. I hired a technical editor. I worked another 3 months. Got a lot done, basically. But in my head, I thought the book was done. It wasn't done. And then I went flat. Couldn't write a fucking word. I thought, well, at least I can edit. Couldn't fucking edit. Couldn't do shit. So put it aside, became poor, exhausted my $100,000 in assets, exhausted my $100,000 in on-demand credit. Yeah, my credit rating was that high. I had $100,000, 6 credit cards. 3 cards from Capital One alone. I'm into them for about $60,000. And then all the other cards, Bank of America, Chase, Mortgage Stanley, whatever the fuck their name is. I don't know. Maybe somebody else that I can't remember. $100,000. Well, I found one of the things that sucks about poverty is you can't write a book when you're poor. When you're worried about, when you're trying to get your lady friend to not spend $80 to buy new shoes this week, every week, new pair of shoes. It's tough. It's tough. You got to beg for $20 to buy some Verapamil, which is a blood pressure medicine. If you stop taking it by noon that day, you can't stand up. You're so lightheaded. Great stuff, Verapamil. Whew. I had to stop taking the medications that cost like $1,000. Of course, I had lost my health care because you got to spend money to pay for it. So I stopped writing. Well, this November, my lady friend finally gave me the boot, and we're still together, but her mom thinks we broke up. She told her mom we broke up. Anyhow, very emotionally compatible. Sexually, not so much, unfortunately. But I'm older now, so, I don't need to have sex 3 times a day anymore. Still need it, but not 3 times a day. So a little more, though, than once or twice a year. So I'm working something on the side. It's a different story. It's not going to be in the book. Anyway, so November, my poor son, Tony, my middle child, the middle child is full of woe. To be the good son, he invited me to live with him. Well, that's a story you can read online. It didn't work out very well. Lost some time. But somehow, even under fire, even under duress, even with people screaming at me every fucking day, not as much as they scream at my dear grandson Logan, but screaming at me as much as every chance they got. His wife threatened to throw me out of her house. My answer was going to be Allah Akbar. I immediately thought of putting her in a burqa and then executing an honor killing. So at least the gift of trying to live with them is his beautiful wife, Dawn, taught me why the terrorists hate us. It's not because of fucking Walmart or because of our fucking BMWs and SUVs. They hate us because this culture is so fucked up that a daughter-in-law can threaten to throw her father-in-law out of his son's house. And of course, this is a culture where son's house is a meaningful statement. In Islamic cultures, and in most cultures for most of time, a son doesn't own anything, can't own anything. The father owns it all. Unless his father, Grandpop, is still alive, then Grandpop owns everything. And the daughter-in-law, not only does she not get to throw you out of the house or threaten to throw you out of the house, she doesn't even get to talk to you unless you give her permission to talk to you. Yeah, that's how fucked up America is. That's how fucked up and corrosive our culture is to real values. Not real values like stoning women to death, but real values like shut the fuck up. So now the book's going to fucking be done, finally. So November, this is fucking what? May, December, January, February, March, April, May, 6, 7. If I can finish the goddamn thing by July, 8. So maybe I actually wrote for 2 years over the 10-year period. Almost 10-year period. Yeah, 10 years by the time I'm fucking done. So, writing, it's not hard. It's easy. It's wonderful. But this is what's hard. You can only write when you can write. When you can't write, you're fucked. You ain't going to be writing when you can't write. So, I don't know how writers write for money that they're going to use to eat or feed their children or pay their mortgage. I don't know how they do that. Writing for free, burning my assets and my credit, I could do that. But once the money ran out, I couldn't write anymore until I had a place to live, you know, where I didn't see the sad face. Did you get a job today? Once I didn't see that face, I could at least write. Even with people screaming at me, I could write. So the goddamn thing's done. Now it really is done. Not done, but fucking almost fucking done. And, you know, by the time before the leaves, let's just say before the leaves start to turn, you're going to be able to buy that fucking book or steal it or ask me for a free copy. So that's it. The pipe, the fucking pipe. Look, Christy, I didn't smoke the pipe at all. I smoked it before I started the tape. I don't know how long this was, but I think it was a little bit shorter. Let's see. Okay, pan shot. Pan shot, pan shot, pan shot, pan shot, pan shot, pan shot. Pan shot, pan shot. Oh, I've got NPR. Look, on the deck, I'm listening to NPR in the background. I did not get permission to play it in the background. That's called fair use. Okay, and I love those guys at NPR. Next pledge drive, give them some money. Support your local stations and support NPR. I said that pitch looking at the screen, not the camera. So, NPR, National Public Radio, WAMU, D.C. area. Great station. Diane Reed, Kojo Nandi, Morning Edition, Weekend Update. What? Wait, don't tell me. I mean, Car Talk, great programs. Next pledge drive. Pledge some money. I haven't been able to pledge for years. I've been poor, but when I wasn't poor, I was a big donor. So give them money. They're great guys. And when the idiot Republicans are trying to cut their funding, fucking call the Congress and tell the idiots not to cut the funding. Okay, have a great life. I got to turn it off again. Here we go. I'm turning it around. Pan shot, pan shot, pan shot, pan shot.